The Moon Landing, 1969. Setting the stage. Our story begins in the 1960s, a time of great ambition and change. Across the globe, people gazed at the moon and wondered, could humanity ever reach its surface? It seemed like a distant dream, but the seeds of that dream had already been planted. This is the story of how a bold vision turned into one of humankind's greatest achievements, the space race. The Cold War between the United States and the Soviet Union was more than a geopolitical battle. It extended into the stars. When the Soviet Union launched Sputnik, the first artificial satellite, in 1957, it sent shockwaves around the world. The United States responded by creating NASA, determined not to be outdone. This competition, known as the space race, became a symbol of technological and national pride. Kennedy's challenge. In 1961, a young and charismatic President John F. Kennedy issued a bold challenge. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Kennedy's words ignited a fire within America, setting the stage for an unprecedented journey. The goal was clear, but the path was uncertain. Building Apollo 11. Achieving Kennedy's vision required an extraordinary team of scientists, engineers, and astronauts. NASA's Apollo program was born, with the Apollo 11 mission destined to lead the charge to the moon. The Saturn V rocket, the most powerful rocket ever built, was designed to carry humans farther than ever before. Day by day, piece by piece, the dream began to take shape. The crew. The Apollo 11 crew was carefully selected for this historic mission. Neil Armstrong, a seasoned test pilot, would command the mission. Buzz Aldrin, a brilliant engineer, would pilot the lunar module. And Michael Collins, a skilled pilot and navigator, would remain in lunar orbit, ensuring their safe return. Together, they represented the hopes of millions. Launch day. On the morning of July 16, 1969, all eyes were on Cape Kennedy. Hundreds of thousands of spectators gathered to witness history. The countdown began. As the Saturn V rocket ignited, its engines roared to life, sending a thunderous vibration across the landscape. Slowly, it rose into the sky, carrying Apollo 11 on its historic journey to the moon. The journey to the moon spanned 4 days and nearly 240,000 miles. Inside the spacecraft, the astronauts faced a unique environment. They floated in zero gravity, performed critical systems checks, and shared light moments to ease the tension. Outside, the vastness of space surrounded them, with Earth shrinking behind and the moon growing ever closer. The Eagle has landed. On July 20, 1969, after hours of careful navigation, Neil Armstrong guided the lunar module Eagle to a safe landing on the moon's surface. As the module touched down, Armstrong's voice crackled over the radio. "Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed." Cheers erupted at Mission Control and across the world. Humanity had reached another world, one small step. Later that day, Neil Armstrong prepared to step onto the lunar surface. As he descended the ladder, millions watched live broadcasts, holding their breath. Armstrong's words as he set foot on the moon became immortal. "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." The first human footprint was pressed into lunar dust, a symbol of human achievement, exploring the moon. Buzz Aldrin soon joined Armstrong on the surface, and together they explored this alien landscape. They planted the American flag, set up experiments to study the moon's properties, and collected samples of lunar rock and soil. The low gravity made every step a bounce, adding a sense of childlike wonder to their scientific mission. Returning home. After spending over 21 hours on the moon, it was time to leave. The lunar module's ascent stage carried the astronauts back to the command module, where Michael Collins awaited. With their precious cargo of moon samples, the crew began their journey back to Earth, reuniting with the planet they had momentarily left behind. Heroes welcome. On July 24, 1969, the Apollo 11 spacecraft splashed down in the Pacific Ocean. The astronauts were retrieved and quarantined to ensure no unknown contaminants were brought back. Across the globe, celebrations erupted, parades were held, and the astronauts were honored as heroes who had united humanity in wonder and pride. Legacy of the moon landing. The moon landing wasn't just a triumph for the United States. It was a milestone for all of humanity. It showed us what is possible when we dream big, work together, and dare to reach for the stars. To this day, the legacy of Apollo 11 inspires scientists, dreamers, and explorers to push the boundaries of what we can achieve.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more historical stories.